Welcome back to episode 2 of the Road to 100 Days series, where today we are sitting at about $33,110.20 in terms of my net worth. And the change in terms of last episode towards this episode is only $50.34. And there's a lot going on in real life, which will explain that. And so we'll dive straight into what I've been doing in terms of my investment profile and what I've been spending on and those sorts of things. So if you enjoyed this and find this valuable, please do consider leaving a like. But the first thing that we're going to go into is my Vanguard Roth IRA. Now, at the beginning of January, based on our last update, it was at $5,302, and now it's at $6,801, which is about $1,499 more. So that's a good thing. I have invested about $1,000 into my Roth IRA within the last month. So that is definitely a good thing. And you can see what I'm prioritizing at this point in time. And then in my Fidelity brokerage, back at the end of December, actually, we had about $21,809. And now it's $22,036, which is a profit of $227. And I have not contributed anything to that in terms of the market. All of my investments are staying steady and they happen to be going up at this point in time. So definitely a strong upward movement when it comes down to it. Now, I also have a high yield savings fund. And one thing that has been going on with me in real life is I just moved into a brand new apartment. I'm living by myself and it's definitely an upgrade too. And I know that when it comes to achieving a FIRE goal, you don't want to spend too much when it comes to an apartment, but the amenities, for just a bit of a price difference, were totally worth it, and I needed to move anyway. And the city that I happen to live in is very expensive for people that are living by themselves, and so I have a really good deal when it comes down to it, but it is about $100, maybe $150 at the maximum, more than I was paying when I was living with my roommate, so that is something that I am going to have to keep in mind. So the savings in my emergency fund have gone from $4,664 to $3,845. That is a negative of $819, which just has to go with kind of paying 2 months rent so that I could move in early and so that I could pay for movers and all of these other expenses that come in with moving. So it's been very, very cash heavy this month. So I'm happy that I'm still breaking even when it comes down to it. This is one of the most expensive months I've ever had as a 27-year-old. So it's definitely good that we're still breaking even here, I would say. So my credit card as well has gone up this year too, or this month as well, making sense with all the move. Last month, I only spent $494, which is pretty average for me based on I pretty much spent everything with my credit card. And this month, with the moving cost and everything, I'm up to $1,315, which is a huge jump when it comes down to it. But I will be able to, with paychecks coming in, be able to pay that off early. So I'm not worried about it, but it's definitely still a cash intensive year, I would say. And so in the big picture, my net worth is essentially flat over this month to month. My cash has decreased, but as you can see, my investment profile has increased. And at the bare minimum, I want to just make sure that I can continue to dollar cost average as much as I can. I do want to, in the upcoming months, be able to rebuild that emergency fund because I didn't want to have to take out of it. But there's a lot going on, and I do have to get my car repaired. Unfortunately, it did get vandalized yesterday or 2 nights ago. And so the trunk is broken. It's actually all taped up right now. So I do have to get that fixed. It's hopefully only around $350. So I should be able to pay that with being able to kind of just maintain most of my paycheck right now. The next month, we might not be able to contribute too much to my high yield savings account, the emergency fund. So we'll have to see what happens because there's just a lot of expenses going on right now, but I do want to continue to dollar cost average, maybe a little bit less, maybe $500 or so in the month of March. I would say. So I'm still excited to be able to contribute as much money as I can, but investing consistency is going to be very important to me. As we all know, that time spent in the market is always better than timing the market by itself. So I think that things are looking fine with a huge transitional period in my life here. And, we're breaking even. So 33,000 at this point in time. And I'm excited to continue to accrue more money, and I'll keep you guys in tune with all the investments and what's going on with everything. At the point in time, I'm pretty much investing in VOO when it comes to my Vanguard account, and then my Fidelity account, I think is XTI or something like that, but just high interest or just like ETF funds when it comes down to it. So anyway, I hope that you guys are excited for next iteration next month. If you're down for it, consider leaving a like on the video if this was valuable to you. And if you'd like to see the next episode and see how things continue, definitely consider subscribing to the channel. And thank you so much for spending some time with me. I will talk to you guys very soon.